Let me ask you a question. Assume that you are in the final year of your college, and you are 4 best friends, and you 4 decide that after college, all of you will start your own business. After 2 years, your 3 friends' business has become very big, and the same is going on in your business loss. Now you tell me that if you want to be more successful than your 3 friends, or to make your business bigger than those 3, then what will you do? This is a matter of business. But if you are left behind in life, then how will you move forward? In today's summary, I am going to answer this question. And if you apply all these strategies properly, then it is my guarantee that you will move ahead of all your friends in just 6 months. Hello friends, welcome to BookTube. Today we are going to talk about The Winner Effect book, which is written by Ian Robertson. Managing people comment that whatever strategies you tell, it is difficult to apply them in real life. Today I will tell you the whole learning story so that you can apply all those learnings properly in your life. Ravi's face was always a little sad. He was overweight since his school days, and he always felt different among his friends. The rest of the people were fit, active and full of confidence, while Ravi was always in confusion about himself. His face and weight had become a big problem for him, and gradually his self-confidence also started fading. After school, when everyone started moving towards their careers, life became even more difficult for Ravi. His friends were becoming engineers, doctors and MBA graduates, while Ravi was just an average student who had no special interest in studies. And he had no big dreams about his career. His routine was just to get up early in the morning and go to class late, then come back and watch online shows and eat junk food. All this had become a habit for him, and his weight was also increasing day by day. Ravi's friends, who used to play pranks on him during his school days, were now working in big companies. Rohan, who was a close friend of Ravi, had become a manager in a big IT company. Sahil had completed his MBA and started his own startup. And Priya, whom Ravi used to like, had now become a successful lawyer. Ravi used to feel bad about all this, but he didn't have the passion that his friends had. His routine had become extremely lazy, getting up late in the morning, going to class late, eating junk food, and watching Netflix and YouTube all day. Ravi's condition had become such that he wanted to improve his life, but he didn't want to try. After 5 years of this crap, he had been determined to get better, but after 6 months, many times he used to think of joining the gym, but only after 2 or 3 days he would return to his comfort zone. Quote, "One day, Ravi went to a college reunion with his old friends. Everyone was talking about their career achievements. Rohan said that his salary is 25 lakhs per year. Sahil was talking about his new car, and Priya was busy showing pictures of her new flat in Mumbai. Then someone asked Ravi, 'What are you doing these days?' Ravi had no answer. He smiled and said, 'I am just chilling and looking for a job.' But the guilt inside him was clearly visible. He felt that all his friends had made a lot of progress in life, while he was stuck in the same place. Rohan said with a smile, 'You also do something. Now, the time has come.' Hearing this, Ravi felt even worse. After that day, Ravi came back home and sat alone in his room. He had only one question in his mind. How did I get so behind? He picked up his phone and started looking at his friends' social media profiles. Everyone was showing the golden moments of their life. Foreign trips, new jobs, happy moments. And for Ravi, seeing all this became like a punishment. Every picture made him feel like a failure. Ravi's parents were also worried about his career. He used to say, "Son, at least start something. There are so many jobs." Ravi pointed out Ravi did not feel like doing any work. He used to think every day, "I will start something from tomorrow," but he never came tomorrow. One day, Ravi went to his friend Sahil's office, who had now become the CEO of his startup. Sahil gave him a tour of his office and told him how he started this business from scratch. Sahil casually told Ravi, "You also do something. Don't waste time like this." Ravi smiled and said, "Yes, I'll see," but he was completely broken from the inside. Sahil's words began to pierce his heart, but Ravi had no plan. Every night, Ravi used to lie on his bed and think, "When will my life be fine?" One night, Ravi was scrolling Instagram on his phone late at night. When he saw that Priya had posted a post of her new house party and had captioned, "Life is beautiful when you work hard." Seeing this, Ravi's heart became heavier. He put his phone aside and started thinking, "How long will I live like this?" Ravi's life had not yet seen any positive change. His friends were moving forward while Ravi was stuck in such a vicious circle where there was no way out. If you like our free summary, you can subscribe to our channel, buy our membership, or support us through UPI. Now, let's go back to the summary. 1. He was now more than 100 kgs, and health issues had also started. Every day, his life seemed the same, boring, useless, and lonely. But one thing was spinning in Ravi's mind again and again. Was I going to live like this forever? This question was setting a small fire inside him. He was angry with himself. He was upset with his condition. But there was a ray of hope in him. Maybe he's not doing anything today, but one day something will change. Everything was going wrong in Ravi's life. His condition was getting worse day by day. He was now completely losing himself. But one day, there was a turn in his life that gave him a new perspective. One day, Ravi went to meet his father's old friend, Uncle Sharma. Uncle Sharma was Ravi's father's childhood friend and was considered very successful in his life. He was a very simple-natured person, and his hobby was to help others with his experience. When Ravi reached him, the same sadness and disappointment was clearly visible on his face. Uncle Sharma immediately realized his problem. "What's the matter, Ravi? You've come after a long time. Is everything okay?" Uncle Sharma smiled and asked. Ravi gently shook his head. "That's it, Uncle. Everything is fine." But Ravi's voice and emotions had told him the truth. Uncle Sharma sat him down and said, "You look a little worried. Do you want to share something?" Ravi initially refused to say anything, but he kept his heart on Uncle's advice. He told how all his friends have been successful, and he has still not been able to achieve anything in his life. He was ashamed of his condition and habits, and he was feeling even more unsuccessful. Uncle listened to him carefully and then said, "Look, son, the game of winning or losing always goes on in life. But the real difference is what we do after losing. I had read a book, The Winner Effect. A very important thing is told in this book, which might help you change your life." Ravi asked, "What is that thing, Uncle?" Uncle said, "This book talks about the power of winning." Uncle started explaining, "Look, son, winning is not just about being happy for a while. Winning actually affects the mind. When we win, our mind changes. Because of this change, we are able to focus more. We are able to think clearly and feel self-confident. This means that when you win once, your mind feels that victory and prepares itself to do better." Ravi found this strange, but he continued to listen carefully. Ravi said, "When you keep losing, your mind considers itself weak and fails. But if you achieve even a small victory, your mind considers it a big achievement and motivates you to work harder. This is the power of winning." Ravi asked, "But Uncle, I couldn't win anything. Where shall I start?" Uncle smiled and said, "Ravi, let me tell you a true story. This story is of my own experience. When I was your age, I was also going through a lot of problems. I didn't feel like studying, I wasn't getting a job, and my friends were also moving forward in their careers. I also used to feel that nothing special was happening in my life. But then one day, I took part in a small race. Not much happened, it was just a local race. But I decided that whatever happens, I will win it. I practiced every day and prepared my body." Ravi was listening carefully. Uncle said, "That race was not big or glamorous, but when I won it, I felt that I can also do something. That small victory changed the attitude that had accepted defeat inside me. My self-confidence increased. And then I faced my other challenges one by one. Every small victory kept making me stronger. Ravi now noticed that the real strength of victory is not just in that one moment, but in the self-confidence and mental strength that comes with it. Ravi asked Uncle, "Uncle, should I also start with small goals?" Uncle said with a smile, "Of course, you have to motivate yourself with small victories. If you don't like going to the gym, then start with just 10 minutes of exercise, but do it every day. These small victories will motivate you to move forward. As you achieve them, your mind will increase your self-confidence, and you will see that it will be easier for you to face bigger challenges." Ravi was feeling a little more confident now. He thought that if Uncle had changed his life with his small steps, then he can also do something like this. He just needed a small victory so that he could give a new direction to his life. Uncle finally said, "The real meaning of winning is not just winning a trophy or earning money. The real victory is when you learn to trust yourself, and once you trust yourself, then no one can stop you." Uncle's words started echoing in Ravi's mind. He was thinking about what small victory he can achieve in his life. Maybe he can fight his laziness and start getting up early in the morning, or he can control his diet. Ravi was starting to understand this now. Ravi's life was now seeing a ray of hope. Ravi was now feeling small victories in his life. Uncle's first lesson. One power of winning had changed his thinking. He was now taking small steps in his life, and every small success was giving him the strength to trust himself. But this journey was still long. He needed to understand and learn more. Uncle's last lesson had given him a new direction, and now he wanted to know what to do next. Uncle's last lesson had given him a new direction, and now he wanted to know what to do next. Ravi knocked on the door, and as soon as Uncle opened the door, he saw a new glow on Ravi's face. He was happy that Ravi took his first lesson so seriously. "Wow, today I have a changed Ravi in front of me." "How is everything going?" Uncle asked with a smile. Ravi also replied with a smile. "Uncle, your words have changed my thinking. Now I am motivating myself with small victories. But now I want to learn more." Uncle called Ravi inside and said, "Come, today I will teach you the second lesson of the winner effect." "Yes, sure." "Oh, this is as important as the first one." Uncle sat on his chair and said, "Ravi, in the first lesson I had told you how winning increases self-confidence and improves the ability to think. But there is another thing connected with this, which is very important to keep in mind. Success can become addictive." Ravi asked in surprise, "Uncle, you mean the addiction of success?" Uncle said, "Yes, absolutely. When we are successful again and again, our mind feels the happiness of winning. This happiness creates some chemicals in our body, like dopamine, which makes us feel good. These are the same chemicals that are formed in our brain even during addiction. This is why success is also an addiction. When studying pornographics, one is specially bothered about the portrayals of addicts that seem to fit in with the criteria." Ravi listened carefully, and Uncle said, "When we are successful, our mind wants more success. This becomes a cycle. As you get success, your mind starts looking for more success. Addiction of success can take you to higher heights, but along with this, you have to be careful, because sometimes this addiction can take you away from reality." Ravi remained silent for a while. Then he said, "But Uncle, what is wrong in this? If success motivates us to work hard, then this is a good thing, right?" Uncle nodded his head and said, "Yes, Ravi, the addiction of success feels good in the beginning. But if you keep running after this addiction, then many times you ignore the things that really matter, like your relationships, your health, and your internal balance. In the search for success, we often forget the people who are with us. And many times we ignore our own body so that we can win more." Ravi thought about how many times he ignored his sleep and eating habits just because he could achieve something. Now he understood what Uncle said. Uncle said, "This is why it is important that you follow success, but do not ignore your life and aspects. We have to keep a balance. Now Uncle told Ravi some practical steps so that he can avoid this addiction of success and can use it in his life in the right way. Uncle said, the first step is that you ask yourself this question after every work. Why did you do this? Is this victory actually making you happy, or are you doing this just to win more? Every time you achieve something, take a step back and think if you are going in the right direction. Second, do not always run after work and success. It is important to take a break in between so that your mind and body can both recharge. Clapham replied, never. Without rest you cannot go far. If you tire your body and mind, then there will come a time when you will not be able to move forward, no matter how much you want. Third, in the addiction of success, many people think they are the best. Sometimes. But always remember that this addiction can keep you away from others. Always keep yourself grounded. Spend time with your family and friends. They will keep you in reality. Fourth, follow your success and set your limitations. Everything has a time. Music contains 6 ticking clocks. But if you work day and night, there will come a time when your body and mind will get tired, so set your limitations in advance and stay on it. Fifth, after winning every time, it is important to think about your real purpose. Counterpoint to all this optimism is the success rate of matchmakings, and rarely has been, all the unsuccessful classics. Are you just winning to win? Or do you have a big picture? Do you have a big goal? There is no meaning of winning without a purpose. Ravi listened to Uncle carefully, and now he understood that following success is not as easy as he thought. I hear you. He was now realizing that even after winning, there are many dangers from which it is necessary to be alert. He had decided that he would not only be addicted to winning, but would also pay attention to his life and aspects. Uncle looked at Ravi and said, remember, son, the joy of winning comes only when you live it with balance. Enron said, oh, I'm trying. It's hard to be balanced in all of this suck. Every victory teaches you something, but it is your job to handle it. Ravi was now feeling more ready. He knew that his path was not easy, but now he had a clear direction. He was enjoying his small victories, but at the same time, he was also understanding that he would have to be more alert with every victory. Ravi was now moving forward on the path of success. Uncle's first 2 lessons motivated him to take his life in a new direction. Every small victory was making him stronger from within, and now he was moving towards his goal with a new self-confidence. But he still had a lot to learn. Uncle took a deep breath and said, Ravi, have you ever thought that animals also learn from their victories like humans? Many studies on animals have shown that when an animal wins an easy battle, then it is ready to win more difficult battles. This is called the winner effect. Ravi asked, how, Uncle? This effect has also been seen in animals. Inside the prison, warders treated as one of the most important people in prison. The guards included the soldiers. Uncle nodded and said, yes, of course. Many studies on animals have shown that when they win against weak opponents, their self-confidence increases. After winning, they feel more powerful, and when they face another difficult opponent, their chances of winning increases. Ravi was now listening with more curiosity. Uncle gave him an example and explained, think, there is a mouse. Uncle, if he wins against a weak mouse, then his self-confidence increases. Next time, when he fights against a small, big, and powerful mouse, then his chances of winning increases. Why? Because his first victory has filled his mind with the feeling of victory. He no longer considers himself weak. Instead, he feels that he can win. Ravi listened carefully and asked, does this also happen in humans? Uncle smiled and said, yes, of course. A common misconception, which is why Ravi has never published the presence fascination in a scientific paper, he said. This applies to humans as well. When we succeed in a small or easy task, our mind remembers that victory. Next time, when we face a difficult task, our mind reminds us that we had already won and we can do it again. This is why every small victory is so important. Just like toppers top in school every time. Ravi had now understood how small victories have a big impact on big victories. He thought how even in his life, by taking a few small steps, there was a change in his thinking and self-confidence. Now he started counting his small victories, because he knew that these small victories were preparing him to face big challenges. Uncle told him in more depth, "Ravi, when you win again and again, your mind makes it a habit. Just like in animals, after defeating a weak opponent, they are ready to fight a big and powerful opponent. Similarly, humans can also do big things with their small victories." Now, Uncle gave Ravi some practical steps so that he can use this winner effect of animals in his life. Uncle said, "You don't have to be afraid of big goals. First, take small steps. Like, if you want to be fit, start with small workouts. Once you complete that small task, you will feel proud of yourself. These small victories will increase your self-confidence and help you reach big targets." It is important to celebrate every small victory. Whenever you complete a small task, celebrate it. Even if it is very small, don't ignore it. The more you feel your victories, the more your mind will remember them and motivate you to perform better in the next task. Uncle advised, write down your small victories in a diary. Whenever you complete a task, note it down. Whenever you feel weak or afraid of a big task, look at that diary. You will remember that you have achieved a lot before and you can do it again. After small victories, slowly move towards big tasks. Like animals are ready to defeat a weak opponent and fight a powerful opponent. Similarly, after small tasks, slowly face big tasks. Every time you cross a challenge, you become stronger for the next task. In your journey, you may feel that you are not moving forward. But always remember that every step is taking you closer to your goal. No matter how small that step is, it is a part of your growth. Ravi listened to Uncle carefully, and he understood now how every small victory is preparing him to face big challenges. He was feeling more self-confident than before. He thanked Uncle and thought that now in his life, he will definitely follow these practical steps. In 6 months, Ravi changed his life and business completely. He was not just a shopkeeper, but a businessman. There was a change in his thinking, and now he knew what happens after winning. 1 year had passed, and Ravi's life had completely changed. The boy whose friends had made fun of him had become a successful businessman today. His business was not just discussed in his city, but it was happening in many cities. His hard work and dedication had given him a position which no one had even imagined. After 6 months of hard work, Ravi made a plan to take his business to a new level. He thought that his shop was now so successful that it could be spread to more cities. He decided to work on a franchise model to expand his business. Ravi thought of a new name for his business, RK Electricals. He first researched in some major cities for his business, where he needed shops. Then he used his savings and decided to open his first franchise in some cities. Slowly, Ravi successfully launched his first franchise. In the beginning, he was a little afraid that his plan might fail, but he remembered the principle of power of winning and the winner effect. He saw every small step of his like a success and slowly established his franchise. His shop's name started spreading in every city. Now people started to know about RK Electricals and started to believe in buying goods from his shop. Within a year, Ravi had opened his 4 new franchises and his business had reached a national level. One day, Ravi was sitting in his office when his phone rang. He saw that the call was from his old school friend Arjun. Arjun and the rest of his friends were the same who used to make fun of Ravi during school days. Ravi picked up the phone. "Hello Ravi bhai, how are you? It's been a long time. Where did you disappear?" Arjun's voice was filled with a strange happiness. "Hey Arjun, I'm right here." I got a little busy in business, did you hear? How are you?" Ravi replied, "Everything is fine. I wanted to tell you something important. I'm getting married next month and you have to come. All my friends are coming. And yes, it's been many years since we met. I want to see your progress." Ravi realized that Arjun and the rest of his friends were still stuck in his old image. Even then, they didn't know how much Ravi had changed. But Ravi didn't say anything. He just smiled and said yes to Arjun's marriage. The wedding day had come. Ravi dressed up, took his new car, and left. On the way, he remembered the day when his friends used to taunt him, humiliate him. But today he had completely changed. His hard work and the lessons taught by his uncle had brought him to a place from where he could answer everyone without saying a word. The wedding atmosphere was very beautiful. As soon as Ravi reached there, everyone was trying to recognize him. That boy, who used to roam around in normal clothes and with less self-confidence, was standing there like a businessman today. His clothes, his walk, everything had changed. As soon as Ravi reached near the altar, his friends were shocked to see him. None of them could believe that this is the same Ravi who used to be so disappointed about himself. "Oh, Ravi, is this you?" Arjun asked in surprise. "Yes, brother, it's me," Ravi said with a smile. "But how is this possible? You have disappeared somewhere after school. We all thought that you would still be the same." "But you have changed. How did you do all this?" Arjun and the rest of his friends were looking at him in amazement. Ravi replied with a slight smile. "When you all met me, I could not understand myself. But then one day I realized that every person has his own journey. I worked hard, met some good people, and today I am here." The friends asked him again, "But what motivation did you get? Which work did you find right?" Ravi said that he started from a small electrical shop and gradually increased it. Then he expanded his business in many cities. He told how he used the things he learned from his uncle in his life. He especially put the power of winning, addictiveness of sexist, and the learning of Dwinner effect in his life, and considered every small success as a big achievement. Now the friends had a smile on their faces, but that smile was no longer a taunt. Now they were praising Ravi. Arjun said, "Ravi, what you have done, none of us could do it. We are proud of you." Ravi thought that today, if he is answering the friends, then it is only because of his hard work and his journey. He had now left behind the things that used to stop him. Now he was a successful person, and he did not need to prove anything to anyone. Whatever Ravi learned in his life, he also shared it with his friends. He told them that even after losing, standing up and trying again is the real victory. Ravi told them that until a person does not turn his life's journey in the right direction, he remains unsuccessful. Ravi's story does not end here, but this was his new beginning. Now he had become a business tycoon, and his eyes were not limited only to India. He had decided that he will take his business to an international level. Ravi's journey tells us that no matter how many difficulties come in life, if a person keeps trying instead of giving up, then one day he would definitely get success. If you want to become financially free, then watch this video and don't forget to like and subscribe.